Hello everyone, my name is Manisha Verma and today we're going to talk about various authentication mechanisms that keep our data protected and safe. We will also talk about the authentication mechanisms that I'm interested in and also the mechanism that I would like to work on. PIN codes are widely adopted authentication mechanisms that is used for authentications on smartphones and other devices. However, it is typically subject to shoulder surfing attacks where another person can view the PIN codes being entered by looking over the victim's shoulder. Here, the attacker can observe the keystrokes on a device or sensitive information being spoken and heard, and this method is also known as eavesdropping. We're going to learn more about different researchers' work to know how they tackled and designed methods that mitigate shoulder surfing attacks. Different ways were researched for alternative authentication mechanisms. Eye gaze interactions have been widely used to provide alternate authentication mechanisms. One of the papers presented iPassword, a system that allows the user to select the passwords or PIN code keys using eye gaze from an on-screen keypad. Apart from eye gaze interactions, the researchers have also introduced and proposed a biometric encryption which were based on iris. Authors have also proposed 3D printed artifacts for two-factor authentication. In addition to this, the researchers have also experimented with fixed and randomized layouts of the keypads. By doing this, the PIN codes are harder to read even if the attacker observes the entire input and output procedure of the PIN entry process. Researchers have worked upon gesture-based approaches as well. As gesture-based approach, SWIP-PIN proposes a system that allows input of traditional pins using touch gestures such as up or down as an alternate authentication mechanism. Waving gesture-based authentication mechanisms were also performed to mitigate the issue of shoulder surfing. I'm interested in haptic authentication mechanism because according to the research, users found it relatively easy to remember the tactile PIN codes. The secure haptic keypad, a tactile password system. In this research, the authors proposed a novel design for shoulder surfing resistant authentication based on tactile cues. They designed and implemented a novel input keypad that uses tactile cues to compose a password. In this paper, the passwords are encoded as a sequence of randomized vibration patterns, and the evaluation of this system shows it outperforms previous interfaces of authentication mechanisms. The future work of this research was to explore the memorability and learnability of tactile passwords. In this system, no visual feedback is provided, meaning the entire mechanism is not susceptible to visual observation attack. Other papers based on tactile authentication methods present the design and implementation of a novel input keypad, which uses tactile cues as a means to compose a password. In this system, passwords are encoded as a sequence of randomized vibration patterns, which makes it visually impossible for an observer to detect which items are selected. Similarly, in VibraPass, the user's mobile phone directly communicates with the ATM machines. In contrast to all these methods, my approach would be to focus on a non-visual and rearranged keypad layout so that the user would not be able to identify the digits during PIN code entry. And also, the keypad information is secretly informed to the user via haptic feedback. So I really hope you liked my presentation. If you have any questions about any of the approaches I will implement, do let me know. You can contact me anytime. And if you have a better feedback, please do let me know. Thank you.